Urologist. 5 masturbation secrets old men wish they knew sooner. Advice for elderly. What if the private moments you've never talked about, those quiet habits you've kept to yourself, were silently shaping your health, your confidence, even your future? What if they could harm you or hold the key to feeling alive again after 60? Let's talk about the truth no one's told you. I'm Dr. Mohit Kara, a urologist with over 30 years helping men like you, strong, proud men who face life head-on, but never got the straight talk about what changes after 60. Last month, a 67-year-old named Jim sat in my office, his hands fidgeting, his voice barely above a whisper. "Doc," he said, "I thought I was just getting old. I wish I'd known sooner what I was doing wrong." Jim had spent years believing his fading energy and drive were inevitable, not knowing a few simple secrets could have protected his body, his mind, and his sense of self. Jim's story isn't unique. I've seen countless men, fathers, grandfathers, men who've built lives they're proud of, quietly struggle with questions they're too ashamed to ask. They think their private habits, like masturbation, are just a relic of youth, or worse, something to hide. But here's the truth. How you approach this after 60 can either drain your vitality or unlock a new kind of strength. Today, I'm sharing 5 masturbation secrets older men wish they'd known sooner. Truths that can protect your circulation, your prostate, and your confidence. These aren't just medical tips. They're hard-earned wisdom from real men who've rediscovered what it means to feel whole, connected, and alive. If you're over 60 and ready to break the silence, to take back your health and your spark, this is for you. Hit that subscribe button and tap the bell to join thousands of men getting honest, life-changing advice tailored for you. If this resonates, type 1 in the comments. Let me know you're here. Let's reclaim your vitality together. Let's start with a truth most men over 60 wish they'd heard sooner. Your erection isn't the whole story of who you are. I know it's tough to hear. For years, society's drilled into us that manhood is tied to performance, to rock-hard reliability. But after 60, things change, and that's not failure. It's just your body rewriting the rules. Why do erections become inconsistent? Picture your body like a classic car. Over time, the fuel lines, your blood vessels, narrow a bit. Hormones like testosterone dip, and nerves slow down, taking their sweet time to fire. It's not that the engine's broken. It just runs differently. Blood flow isn't as fast. Nerves aren't as quick, but here's the secret. You don't need a perfect engine to enjoy the ride. Masculinity isn't about one part of you. It's about your presence, your heart, your connection. I'll never forget Robert, 72, who came to me ashamed, thinking he was less of a man because his erections weren't what they used to be. He'd been avoiding intimacy with his wife, fearing he'd disappoint her. We talked, and he tried something new, focusing on touch, laughter, being present. One night, he held her close, no pressure, just the love. He told me later, with tears in his eyes, "Doc, I felt closer to her than I have in years." That emotional spark lit up more than any physical performance ever could. So, here's my question for you. When did you last feel truly connected to someone, not just physically but deeply? What if intimacy could mean more than what you've been chasing? You're not defined by one moment or one function. You're so much bigger than that. Stick with me for secret number 2, because it's about to get even deeper. Type 1 in the comments if this hits home. Here's secret number 2, something I wish every man over 60 understood. Masturbation isn't just a physical act. It's a warm embrace for your brain and heart. It's like a quiet moment by a fireplace, where your body and mind reconnect, sparking feelings you might have thought were long gone. When you touch yourself with care, your brain responds, releasing a gentle trio of chemicals: oxytocin, dopamine, and serotonin. Oxytocin's like a soft hand on your shoulder, easing loneliness. Dopamine dances in, bringing a flicker of joy to lift your mood. Serotonin wraps you in calm, melting stress and guiding you to deeper, more restful sleep. These aren't just chemicals. They're your body's way of saying, "I'm still here, ready to feel alive." I'll never forget David, a 74-year-old widower who came to me feeling hollow after losing his wife of 40 years. He admitted, almost in a whisper, that he'd turned to masturbation at night, not for pleasure, but to feel less alone. It was his quiet anchor. We worked on making those moments intentional. No rush, no shame, just presence. A month later, he smiled and said, "Doc, I'm starting to feel like me again." That self-connection was his bridge back to hope. So, here's my question. When was the last time you connected with your body without judgment? This isn't just about release, it's about rediscovering your spark. Stay with me for secret number 3, where we'll explore why keeping this connection alive is critical. Type 1 in the comments if this speaks to you. Section 3. Secret number 3. Use it or lose it. Let's dive into secret number 3, a truth I wish every man over 60 knew sooner. When it comes to your sexual health, use it or lose it is real, but it's not as scary as it sounds. Your body is like a well-loved guitar. Leave it untouched for too long, and the strings go dull, but with a little care, it can still play a beautiful tune. Let's talk about why this matters and how you can bring your body back to life, no matter how long it's been. Picture your body as a living network of rivers, your blood vessels, carrying life to every part of you, including your penis. When you're younger, these rivers flow strong and fast, powered by frequent stimulation, whether through intimacy or masturbation. But after 60, if those rivers go quiet, if you stop engaging that part of yourself, things start to change. Not because you're broken, but because your body adapts to what you ask of it, or don't. Here's the science, plain and simple. Your penile tissue and blood vessels need regular activity to stay healthy. Erections, even partial ones from masturbation, trigger blood flow that keeps those tissues elastic and the vessels flexible. Without it, the smooth muscle cells in your penis can atrophy. Think of them shrinking from lack of use. Blood vessels narrow, nerves get less responsive, and over time, it's like a road that's rarely traveled. It starts to crumble. A 2008 study in the American Journal of Medicine found that men who engage in regular sexual activity, including masturbation, maintain better erectile function as they age. DOI 10.1016/J, AMG.2008.04.026. Less activity, less function. It's that straightforward. But here's the encouraging part. This isn't a death sentence. Your body is built to adapt, even now. A 2016 study in European Urology showed that consistent stimulation, even after years of disuse, can improve blood flow and tissue health in older men. DOI 10.1016/J. Euro.2015.10.036. It's like waking up a sleeping engine. Gentle, regular use can bring it back online. You don't need to chase your 20s. You just need to show your body it's still wanted. And trust me, it wants to respond. Let me share a story. A few years ago, a man named Frank, 74, walked into my office. He was widowed, soft-spoken, and carried a weight of shame. Here's how it went. "Frank, Doc, I haven't, been active in years. Not since my wife passed. I thought that part of me was done. But now I'm seeing someone new, and nothing works." Me, "Frank, it's not gone, it's just been on pause. Your body's like a muscle. It needs a little exercise to wake up." "Frank, but it's been so long. Can it even come back?" Me, "Absolutely. Start slow, no pressure. Try gentle stimulation a few times a week. Your body remembers. It just needs a reminder." We made a plan. Intentional, solo moments, no rush, just presence. 6 weeks later, Frank came back, a shy grin on his face. "Doc, it's not perfect, but I'm feeling things again. I didn't think that was possible." Frank's story isn't rare. Your penile tissues, smooth muscles, blood vessels, nerves are like a garden you've neglected. A little care, a little water, and it starts to bloom again. Research backs this up. A 2013 study in the Journal of Sexual Medicine found that men over 60 who resumed regular sexual activity, including masturbation, saw measurable improvements in erectile response and tissue health within months. DOI 10.1111/JSM.12179. The key is consistency, not intensity. You're not running a race, you're tending to yourself. So what does this look like? Start small. Set aside a few moments a week for gentle self-touch, not chasing a goal, but just reconnecting. Think of it as a kind gesture to your body, like stretching after a long sit. Focus on sensation, not performance. Maybe it's in the shower, where it's private and relaxed. Over time, those rivers, your blood vessels, start flowing stronger. Nerves wake up. Your body remembers it's still alive. And here's the beautiful part. This isn't just about sex. It's about keeping your pelvic health strong, your confidence intact, your sense of self vibrant. I know this can feel daunting, especially if it's been years. Maybe you've told yourself, that's not for me anymore, or you feel awkward even thinking about it. That's okay. Society's taught us to bury this part of ourselves as we age, to believe desire is for the young. But that's a lie. You're still here, still a man, still deserving of feeling connected to your body. Start where you are. One small step, a moment of touch, a breath of intention can spark a change. I've seen men in their 70s and 80s light up again, not because they turned back time, but because they gave themselves permission to try. Let's talk about why this matters beyond the bedroom. Regular stimulation doesn't just help your penis. It supports your prostate by keeping fluids moving, reducing stagnation that can lead to issues. It boosts pelvic circulation, which ties to your overall energy. And emotionally, it's a reminder that you're not invisible. You're not done. You're a man with a body that still wants to feel, to respond, to live. That same 2016 European Urology study showed that men who maintained sexual activity had lower rates of prostate issues and better overall vitality. Your body wants to work with you. Now, a word for those of you who might be thinking, but I don't have a partner. Why bother? I hear you. I've had countless men ask that question, feeling like their sexual health doesn't matter without someone else. But here's the truth. This is for you. It's about staying connected to your own body, your own sense of being alive. Whether you're single, widowed, or partnered, these moments of self-care keep your systems active, your confidence strong, your spirit engaged. It's not about chasing youth. It's about honoring the man you are now. Let me leave you with one more thought. Imagine Frank sitting across